Role-playing games, leveling up, experience points, progression. Let's talk about that. I've always thought D&D felt so weird, giving you uneven lumps of power as you level up every couple of sessions. Imagine if, instead of that, you got a new feat or you were able to invest points in your stats or skills after every session. Pretty much every Warhammer role-playing game lets you do that. Fantasy or 40k, 2nd edition or 4th.
Boiled or fried.
They all have a steady sense of progression. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition, in particular, really lets you feel like your character is constantly growing and improving bit by bit. Instead of just, I leveled up now, I'm suddenly stronger! And I know some of you are gonna go, duh, well, in my campaign we level up during downtime or between adventures, so it makes sense. Like, okay, but that's on your DM and it's still a weird, very sudden and dramatic leap of power. It doesn't feel natural. In Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, I can spend my experience between every session. And one session will generally be enough to let me put like, 3 points here, 5 points there in my stats and in my skills, or I could spend the whole 100 experience I get for about 4 hours of productive play on a feat, or as they're known in Warhammer, talents. It really feels like your character is growing and learning at a more natural rate. Besides that, in D&D, you gain HP every level, and these numbers massively inflate as your power level increases, which is fine. All of what I've said before is fine too. D&D is a game about powerful heroes in a highly fantastical world, affecting large-scale changes. However, Warhammer operates at a dirtier and lower power level. In D&D, while you can use a fixed number plus your constitution bonus for your HP upon leveling, by default you are supposed to roll a die, randomly, which is fun and all, but if you roll low, you are kinda just arbitrarily screwed out of being as strong as another character of the same class and level. Even with the fixed rate, you don't really have any actual control over your HP. Whereas in Warhammer, you do have direct control over your HP as it's a out-and-out reflection of your stats. A straightforward formula adding your strength and willpower bonuses to 2 times your toughness bonus. What's a strength bonus? What's a toughness bonus? Well,
one might ask the same about birds. What are birds? We just don't know.
It's just the tens digit of your strength or toughness score. So somebody with 48 toughness has a toughness bonus of 4, 21 strength bonus of 2. This is so much simpler than the frankly schizophrenic scale the attributes work off of in D&D. Oh, I have a 13, that means I have a +1? Oh, 18 +4? Who talks like this? It doesn't make sense! Not only that, but instead of working off of an either encounter-based, milestone, or fixed-rate system for gaining XP, such as in D&D, Warhammer blends fixed and milestone systems together. Through fulfilling personal and party ambitions, players have the opportunity to gain yet more experience in addition to the experience each session should provide. And that reminds me, +1 to a stat every 4 levels, and that might not even upgrade the bonus you get from that stat? I prefer Warhammer's way of doing it, where every single point I invest into a stat helps me pass my skill checks. Okay, you can stone me now.